Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice warm round of applause for Gregory Joseph. He's on his way. It's a slow clap. Gregory Joseph!
There's a little miscommunication there. There was actually a really funny professional comedian who was supposed to come on before me, but you guys got stuck with me. I'm glad the microphone's working, because I thought I was going to have to do this without a microphone, like my ancestors did comedy. I was this close to going downstairs and putting on blackface. I mean, I was that. So it is October 24th, 2012. We are 2 weeks away from the election. And I gotta tell you, as a comedian, I'm going to be sad to see Mitt Romney go. I haven't been this depressed since W's last days in office, you know? I mean, if Barack Obama was really serious about fixing the economy, he would tank the election. Because come election day, without Mitt Romney to make fun of every day, there are going to be a lot of out-of-work comedians. Mitt Romney has binders full of women. I'm not surprised Mitt Romney has binders full of women. Just a little shocked that it took him this long to play the Mormon card. Just a little late. Having binders full of women does not make you a supporter of women's rights. It just proves that you did your debate preparation at the Playboy Mansion. It's another gaffe by Romney. He did a lot of gaffes. Over the summer, Mitt Romney went to London and turned a little simple trip to the UK into an international incident. It was less presidential and more like Chevy Chase in European Vacation. I mean, the Argentinians had less trouble with the British during the Falkland Islands War than Mitt Romney did. A few weeks before that, Mitt Romney went to speak in front of the NAACP. Hi, Deborah. And he told the NAACP that his primary objective is to defeat the President of the United States. Another gaffe. You don't go in front of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and tell a room full of colored people that your number one goal is to stop the advancement of a colored person. Why don't do that? I could see if Romney was talking to Brian Gumbel, he might be able to get away with that. But the NAACP is some real fucking black people. You can't do that. Stop for Republicans. But there's hope. There's hope. I have a favorite Republican, and his name is Marco Rubio. He's a senator from the state of Florida. I happen to think that Marco Rubio is one of the smartest politicians in all of America. See, there are people who think that Mitt Romney overlooked Marco Rubio when he was choosing a vice president, but I think it's the other way around. I think that Marco Rubio wanted nothing to do with Mitt Romney's campaign. The reason I know this, Marco Rubio is Cuban, and Cubans know sinking ships when they see them. Romney's bad, but I'm happy that he's not one of these birthers, you know, one of these people who believes that the president was not born in this country. I don't understand these people. I don't understand how someone could believe that the president was not born in America. Have these people forgotten that Barack Obama is black? And he grew up without a father? A black kid growing up without a father is about as American as apple pie, you know? They don't have fatherless children in Kenya. In fact, the only African I know who grew up without a father was Simba from The Lion King. I saw the paper the other day, in the front page of the newspaper there was a picture of Bruce Springsteen. Clap, Caitlin. There was a picture of Bruce Springsteen, and next to it, a picture of Dennis Miller, and the caption read, "A-listers stump for the candidates." Dennis Miller? A-list? The only A-list Dennis Miller belongs on is a list of washed-up comedians, okay? The only person more behind the curve than Dennis Miller was A-Rod during the playoffs, right? I'm a Met fan, I can make that joke. I live, as you can tell probably, I live in Washington, D.C. But I'm from New Jersey. And when you, go ahead, Jersey people, come on, let me hear it. When you're from New Jersey, you find yourself defending the state of New Jersey a lot. I don't have a problem defending New Jersey. I just don't like the other hand. For example, on one hand, New Jersey has done a great job of ridding itself of the image that New Jersey is no longer a garbage dump. On the other hand, they allowed Whitney Houston to be buried there. I didn't know that you guys, you didn't respond to the gay guys' jokes. I didn't think you're all Whitney lovers. No blackface, no Whitney Houston. Got it. Rodney King died over the summer. But before we go there, you guys aren't going to give me the Rodney King treatment with the Whitney Houston stuff, right? Rodney King died over the summer. He drowned in his pool. The more and more I think about it, the more Rodney King's life sounded like one of those DirecTV commercials. I can just imagine Rodney King sitting on his couch and his cable went out. And when your cable goes out, you go for a drive. And when you go for a drive, you get stopped by the police. And when you get stopped by the police, you get beaten to a pulp. And when the cops beat you to a pulp, you sue them for $1 million. And when you have $1 million, you buy a big house with a pool. And when you have a big house with a pool, you drown in the pool. Don't drown in the pool. Switch to DirecTV. Whitney Houston. Actually, Whitney Houston's life sounds like the DirecTV commercial also. Don't date Bobby Brown. All my life, I've heard people come up to me and tell me that, Gregory, you're actually not the blackest person I know. Don't act surprised, people. All my life, I've had people come up to me and tell me that, Gregory, you're not black enough. Gregory, you sound like a white guy. Gregory, you're not a strong black man. You hear this a lot and you get like a complex, I heard I wasn't black enough so many times as a kid that when I was 5 years old and my parents asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I told them diabetes. But I must have been a really bad kid that year, because instead of diabetes for Christmas, my parents got me sickle cell.
There you go.
And the worst thing about the sickle cell, it was a hand-me-down from my brother. Not only do I not sound black enough, my name is actually Gregory Alexander Joseph, which is a name that parents give their children only when they want them to grow up to be a member of the Brat Pack. Some parents want their kids to grow up to be doctors and lawyers. Mine wanted me to grow up to date Molly Ringwald. So I have a white-sounding name, and I'm not exactly the blackest person in the world, so it's hard for people to believe that I actually have black street cred. But I have black street cred. No diggity, I do. You gotta back it up, baby. You gotta back it up. I have black street cred. The problem is, every time I get black street cred, I will do something automatically to give it away. For example, I was actually in Hurricane Katrina. Now, Hurricane Katrina is automatic black street cred, But like I said, every time I get black street cred, I do something to automatically give it away. So even though I was in Hurricane Katrina, I survived Hurricane Katrina by swimming away. I did. Some people looted. I did the backstroke. That's how that goes. Did I do the DirecTV joke already? And I did the Dallas Miller thing. And I did the Blackstreet thing. I used to have a lot of respect for gay people when I was younger. When I was younger, gay people were the coolest people out there. They spent and made tons of money, drank every night, slept with a new person every single evening. Now gay people like Christian conservative women. All they want to do is get married and have kids. I used to have a lot of respect for black people when I was younger too. When I was younger, they used to say that America's worst nightmare was someone who was young, black, and doesn't give a fuck. It's not the case anymore. You watch the news, and it's clear America's worst nightmare is not someone who's young, black, and doesn't give a fuck. America's worst nightmare is someone who's old and white and coaches at Penn State. I would like to thank you all for listening this evening. My name is Gregory Joseph, and enjoy the rest of your show.